There really is one presence, one power, one provision. There's peace. There's love. There's joy. There's prosperity. In this holiday season, this Advent season, it's all about this walk of faith, where we surrender. God, I surrender all. God, come upon me. Come inside of me. Come into agreement with me. Make a new good thing in me. That's where I want to be. That's where you want to be. God, create in me a new good thing. That's what this season is about, this Advent season. Letting go of what no longer serves us to create a space for new blessings to manifest in our lives. We let go of fear, doubt, shame, negativity, resentment, allowing faith and hope to just venture in to our space and let this Christ consciousness shine brightly and guide our thoughts, our actions, and our intentions. God, create in me something good, something new. And in this Advent season, we embrace the whole art and science of just releasing and letting go. Release and let go. And to close that gap between what we know and what we think we know to our experience. We know, and we all say, I know. And you try to tell people all the time, and they say, I know. But do you really know what you know when you think you know what you know? Because if so, in this season, it's about closing that gap between knowledge and what we're experiencing. May we all rise. I want you to just put your hand on your chin and just stroke your chin. And just repeat after me. I want something. I admit it. I know I want something. And I know that something means something to me. And so I release so it can be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Renaissance Unity. I'm telling you right now, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. All is well, and all is in divine order. And God's order is our order. And so stop this separation away from God out there in the universe. We are one with God. One presence, one power, one being. That being is God within us. The Christ in us is us. And so this message is about the faith, the hope, the love on this journey that we call Advent today. This is our assignment. And so let's pull from this message today. What can we pull from it? Can we pull from it? Yes. Can we let it be? Yes. Let it be. Let it be. Repeat after me. During this Advent season, I embrace the hopeful anticipation of God's transformational power in my life. I affirm with faith and gratitude God, 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 I really am. I really am. I'm totally committed to be open and ready for you to do a new, good, good, good thing in me. You may be seated. Somebody said, bring it on. Bring it on. Now we say this. In the Course in Miracles, it says, holiness is created me holy. Kindness created me kind. Helpfulness created me helpful. Perfection created me perfect. So if I tell you that you're perfect, will you accept that? Yes. Will you accept it without a shadow of a doubt? Well, somebody said, well, I don't know, because I've done some things. So what? It's like experience, an experiment. Your whole life is cast in this scientific experience. What will you do if this happens? And if this happens, what will you do if that happens? So you're always in this experimental stage, experiencing life. And so you're never meant to make all the right decisions. The test of life is hard. More than 100 questions, but we're guessing at the answer. Think about it. Think about it. All we're doing is taking a test every day, giving you an accumulation of knowledge and experiences. How will you choose? Think about it. You always have choice, but what's the choice that you make? And that's the consequences. When we make that choice, do we like the consequences? And then we say, truth or consequences? Choose truth. It's the overriding message of unity. Always, always, always choose truth, and it will liberate you. So we let it be. Let it be. Can we just say, let it be? Let. Now let's think about that word, L-E-T, let. In this season of Advent, this season of release and let go, and I say, let it be. And that let means L, liberate. Liberate yourself from this pattern, the chains of limitations and beliefs, behavior patterns, these negative patterns that we've grown accustomed to accepting as the natural, as the norm, as the standard. Knowing that we're better than what we're seeing, what we're presenting. And so we liberate ourselves in this season. And then we embrace. Can we say embrace? Embrace the power of release and create the space for new blessings in our life. Embrace. To put my arms around it, wrap my thoughts around it, my words around it, my behavior around it, and say, I embrace newness. I liberate. I embrace. I transform. Everybody wants something new, but you have to transform. Can we say transform? It's a transformation, what? Process. Process means it's not a take in the knowledge, sit on the knowledge, and wait for something to happen. Wait. Wait on it. Wait on it. Pray and wait on it. Meditate and wait on it. You've got to release and let go. But the key word there is go. Can we say go? Notice how tricky it is when we say release and let go. And we think that let go means it's just the things that bother us, that no longer serve us, but it's also called to get in the blocks, start your engine, and go. Ready, set, go. And a lot of us get in the blocks, we're ready to go, we're going to get our mastermind journal. Everybody got a mastermind journal right now? Raise your hand if you purchased a mastermind journal already. That's about 4 people. We need the long-term credit program. We're at 75 payments. We used to have that in our house. My mother bought this insurance policy and put it on each one of us, and every week she paid a nickel on it. I don't know if anybody else had a family like that, a nickel on it. But those kind of things we want to stretch out. But you have to have the tools we need to move forward. Transforming our thoughts, our actions, and intentions. What are our intentions as we move towards the end of the year into something new, this new space? We said, I want something. I can admit that. I want something, but that something has to be something new. Now, the common denominator in all this is that all of us want something new. I don't care who you are, how young, old, what color, what race, sexual orientation. All of us want something if we'll admit it. Test, Brett. I'm going to look at the screen. I'm not going to look at the ordinance. Raise your hand if you want something. How many people, Brett? Percentage? 4%? 100%. We all want something. So why do we act like we don't? We are calm, cool, collected when there's chaos going on inside. Because I want something, but I'm not acting like it. I'm not acting consistent with what I want to transform into. Interesting part about this is as we go into this whole idea of Advent and Christmas, we're fascinated by Mary, the mother of Christ. And we see Mary and we wonder, how could such a young person come into agreement, into alignment with the mastermind thinking of God and say, you're going to do something that's outside the ordinary. You're going to do something that's going to challenge the senses of others. You're going to do something that's going to create chaos when you tell them how this immaculate conception happened to you, of all people. Mary. But Mary is symbolizing what? She's symbolizing love. She's symbolizing youth. And she's symbolizing possibilities. All three things that we need. Those ingredients for transformation. We need love. What is the love that we need most of? The love of self. And so when I think about this and I hear people respond, what love do you need most of? They say, God. Well, what did I just say? You are God. And so what's the most important love you can have? It's self-love. And so when you think about the youth, why was it so important for Mary to be youthful? Fresh, tender, untainted, open, receptive to something new, something different, something that would challenge the thinking, the senses. See, what gets in the way of us making our most prominent progress is our senses. Our five senses keep holding us back because they're an indicator of what we've seen in the past. And once that sense starts tingling, we pull back. Been there, seen this, felt it, smelt it, tasted it. And so we become reluctant to newness. And so that youthfulness is very important. It almost is like you have to be like a child. You ever heard that? Huh? Become more like a child, being receptive. And when we say that, love, youth, and possibilities, meaning there's infinite potentials in the universe. If you just come to alignment with your power, your dominion, your authority. The whole idea here is possibilities. Can we say possibilities? What's possible? All things are possible. But what do we have to do? What's the prayer? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. So if I surrender to the shepherd, I shall not. I shall not. And so why do we just say that? We gloss over it. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is the Christ that lives within us. And so we understand there's this fighting dual identity. You have the Christ in you, which is the truth, and then you have the human side of you that's tainted by the experiences of the past and even the present because your five senses that you're allowing to take over. It's a hostile takeover from the Christ. You're in a situation of war. War torn you. And all we're saying is coming to a new line of consciousness, which is the potential of unlimited possibilities. And what is it? Consciousness. Can we say consciousness? All consciousness is what? Being aware. But consciousness requires what? Practice, practice, practice of the principles. But we get into this habit, and we put it in autopilot. I want you to take your hand, do like this. Just stick it out there. And all I want you to do, can everybody understand when I say cursive? Cursive writing? I know they stopped that in the schools now, Reverend Wilma, writing in cursive. And so what I want you to do, state your name right now, your name. Loud and proud. Loud and proud. Loud and proud. All right, your first name. All I want you to do is write your first name in cursive, in the air. Write it. Oh, y'all look so good, so smooth. Like you've been doing this before. Dr. Leslie, can you have the capacity to write in cursive? Ooh. Leah, can you do that? Just 3 letters, L-I-A. She did it with total calmness, flipped her hair and everything. But now what I want you to do is write in cursive your name backwards. Now, come on, y'all. Y'all can do it faster than that. Y'all had the same name for, what, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years? Now do it again. Come on, y'all, faster. See, look, Brett's still over this. Brett, you're one of the most smartest men I know. But this is the point here. When you normally write your name in cursive, you're so used to it, this becomes autopilot. When I say conscious, you have to put time, energy, focus on what you're trying to do. Write your name backwards, you have to really be conscious of what I'm trying to do. And all I'm saying today in this brief message is that you have to be in tune with the idea that I need to be more conscious. Conscious. Be aware of the choices at hand and the conscious consequences that each one of those conscious choices you make. You got it? I can sit down? Not yet, not yet? Okay, all right, you said it. Now this is the intersection moment. Can we say intersectional moment? I didn't say sexual, y'all. I said sectional. Intersectional moment where we see a red, a yellow, and a green light. And we're saying, Lord, when it comes to that new thing that I want, and I want it good, I want it, and I know I want it. But now I have to come to conscious terms with the idea I have to do some things differently. I have to do some things differently. Oh, Lord, I got to change. Oh, Lord, a change gonna come if I want something different. Are we in agreement? You can't continue to do the same things that you're doing and get something different. What's that? Insanity. Insanity is classification that if I continue to do what I've always done, I'm going to get the same results. But it's really the law of diminishing returns. Because the law of diminishing returns tells me if I keep on doing the things that I'm doing, living the way I'm living, and I'm not liking the things that I'm seeing and doing, then I'm going to get less and less out of the experience. And then frustration sets in. Then all of a sudden, depression sets in. Recession sets in. Obsession with the idea, I know I want something more. Understand, the stress that you're feeling is there because why? All stress is I can't predict the future. And I'm so concerned, so obsessed with predicting the future that it's stressing me. It's bringing me to mental anguish. Anybody ever been there before where you want to predict the future? And until you can produce that future, you won't make a move. And then we label it and say, I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting to hear from God. No, you're not. You're stressing me, trust. You're trying to have a crystal ball and predict the future. And you can't get that crystal ball to tell you what you want to hear. Exactly. We get too caught up in the how. Can we say how? 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 That's the old song, How Now, Brown Cow. But the whole idea is that you can't predict the future, but you can create a consciousness around the choices that you're making and discontinue those things that become routine, but you're not getting the return on your investment of your time, your talent, and your treasure any longer. That's where you're at. And so as we move into Advent, we talk about hope and faith. It's all predicated on who do I have my faith in? What do I have my faith in? What are the principles I have my faith in that bring about hope? Who should you have the most faith in? Not a trick question. Who should you have the most faith in? The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, you. Y-O-U. Because what we want to do is, again, we want to return to the old religious dogma of there's a God out there in the universe. And so as long as I buy into that or I'm comfortable with that, I can blame a second and third party. And that's what I'm trying to get us away from, pull us out of this idea of waiting on God. God is you. God, plant a seed in me. Impart a seed in my mind, in my body, in my spirit, in my dreams. And awaken me to know that it's planted by the presence of you in my subconscious, my unconscious, and my conscious mind. And so the significance of Mary and the angel arriving, planting the seed that you are the one who will bear the responsibility of bringing forth the Christ, Jesus. And it won't make any sense. The best part of life is when you come to the idea that my senses don't make sense. Did you get that? Did you grab a hold of it? When you truly evolve in this evolutionary process, you'll come to realize that your senses don't make any sense. Because when we talk about a transformation, and we talk about a power that's spiritual in nature, that's higher than the human experiences that we have, that's higher than my significant other, that's higher than anybody in my universe, you'll understand at that point, transformation is possible. I want us to do an affirmation. And this affirmation is not for everyone. Only the people who really want something. I started out this message saying, we really do want something. We didn't wake up this morning and come to Renaissance Unity, like Brett said. Not in the rain, Reverend Wilma. In the fog, in the sleet, potential snow. We got up and we got going because we want something good to emerge, to be developed, to be discovered. And so now it's that time that we say, if I'm going to get real with myself, I had a daily duty and responsibilities to awaken to a higher level of consciousness than ever before. There's a higher me to be revealed, to be discovered. And I want to meet that person. I want to close that gap between all the knowledge that I've accumulated over the years, and I know some of you guys can come up here and give a message and quote the Bible better than I can. But then I'm going to take you to the next level and ask you, but are you experiencing those words that you say? That's where the challenge is going to come. Because I wake up every day in prayer and meditation before I do anything, and I'm connecting with the higher self and saying, Lord, order my steps to a higher level of consciousness, to a super conscious way of thinking, being, acting, and receiving and giving. So this affirmation is not for everybody, but if you're ready to accept this Advent season as your period of transformation and possibility, I want you to rise right now. I want you to stretch your hands out like you're really open, like you're really receptive. The universe works so brilliantly to smile at us. In the daytime and in the nighttime, it smiles at us. One of the worst things you can do to the universe is frown back at it. And some of us have that complacent face where you look like, kind of like you've been sucking on lemons all night and you woke up. So right now, as we do this affirmation, can we bear a smile? Let's do it. Repeat after me. Each day, every day, I empower myself to be fully aware of my conscious choices and decisions. For in this awareness, I find the path to my greatest potential in positive transformation. And so it is. God, Master of the universe, I want something. And that something matters to me. And so let it be, let it be, let it be. You may be seated. Renaissance Union, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Thanks for having me this morning. God bless each and every one of you.